YouTube, what it is, good people. No, we back at it, man. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. I think I'm ready to change my name from Keep It G Blogger to just Keep It G News. Because I think what I'm doing is a little bit, like, beyond blogging. Straight up. Like, I got some videos that I'm talking about. Opioid epidemic. One of my latest videos. Y'all need to watch that, man. It's the things that these pharmacies did. They get people tricked onto these Percocets. It's crazy. I'm telling you, it's nothing short of criminal. Straight up. If you haven't seen that video, you gotta see it. Like, I think I'm a little bit beyond blogging, man. Straight up. I might just be keep it G. You know what I mean? But, yo, what it is, man. Today, man, we got a story out of North Carolina, man. And it been in the last couple of days, there been a lot of this in the news where you got parents suing record labels for the mistreatment or the deaths of their children. You feel me? Now, a couple days ago, we seen a story coming out of Atlanta. And it was about two guys that was rappers that was gunned down in the club. And the mother was suing them because they didn't think that the venue had enough security. Because somebody snuck a gun into the club and the children was killed. But I think this one's a little different. I think this suit actually has more legs. Now, in that first suit in Atlanta, the mother actually won a judgment, $160 million. But Sony never came to court. They never came to court. But I think with this suit I think is more legitimate. Because it's not about adequate security. No, this not about that. This is just about not watching her child. And this is a child. He's not an adult. And I actually listened to a couple of the guy music, man. SAUXPAXK TB. Out of North Carolina, man. Rising star, man. Hundreds of thousands of views on YouTube. Died a couple years ago. Overdose. But the lawsuit and what the mom is alleging, I kind of salute it. Check it out. The mother of an up-and-coming rapper from North Carolina has filed a wrongful death suit against Sony Music, claiming the company allowed her son to die of a drug overdose just 4 days after his 17th birthday. New court papers show. Tobias Johnson, who went by a stage name SAUXPAXK TB, was found unresponsive in a Houston, Texas hotel suite on November 6, 2020 by his manager, who was sharing the room with him, according to the Manhattan Supreme Court lawsuit. Mom, Kenyatta Hartley, who is suing Sony Music Entertainment and other labels, Record Label, LLC, and No Stress Entertainment, LLC, claims she had voiced concerns about her son's well-being after seeing photos of him on social media using drugs and appearing high, her filing from Friday states. Hartley even suggested that her son, who went viral earlier this year on TikTok with his song Ballin', take a break and spend some time home, and asked the label if he needed any help, the court papers allege. But Hartley was assured by No Stress Entertainment that it would keep him safe and away from drugs, the suit claims. Photos posted the night before his death, however, show that the record label had taken Tobias out to celebrate his 17th birthday. The pictures show him under the influence of illicit drugs later found during his autopsy, the court papers say, including screenshots of social media posts. The young rapper went on a 2-day drug binge that ended with his death from an overdose of opioids and other prescription drugs. His manager at No Stress Entertainment was asleep in the same suite at the time, the suit alleges. For 2 days, the labels gave Tobias access to illicit drugs, watched him consume those illicit drugs, and then watched those illicit drugs kill him, the suit charges. The binge started in Atlanta, Georgia, and continued in Houston, Texas on November 5, 2020, the court papers say. The rising star had complained about severe stomach pains around 11 p.m. the night before, or just 12 hours before his death, but no one did anything about it. Johnson had fentanyl, amphetamine, Xanax, oxycodone, and tramadol in the system, the suit says, citing an autopsy report. Hartley claims that the label was contractually obligated to act as her son's chaperone under the terms of his contract, especially since she couldn't afford to go on the road with the teenager, the court papers show. Ms. Hartley trusted that the defendant, No Stress and Records, Sony goals were aligned with her own, that Tobias' health, safety, and welfare was his top priority, the court papers charged. Ms. Hartley trusted that if nothing else, defended No Stress and Records, Sony had an interest in protecting their business asset. She must now live the rest of her days knowing her trust was misplaced, the suit adds. The labels failed to keep him safe and away from the drugs, and in fact encouraged the drug use as part of the culture, the filing claims. Hartley claims the companies treated him as a commodity rather than a human being. Hartley initially filed the suit in Georgia in 2020 and still has a separate lawsuit pending against No Stress Entertainment there. But Hartley had to refile her claim against Sony in New York since that's where the company is based, her lawyer Larry Taylor told the Post. We have seen a growing number of actors and entertainers falling prey to these drugs, and that the fact you have this young man in this industry not protected is a grave concern, Taylor said. It cost a young man his life, and it cost a mother her son. Taylor said the label should have had more oversight over Johnson. They knew or should have known of his behavior, and there should have been something done to stop it, Taylor said. Sony didn't immediately return a request for comment. No Stress could not be reached for comment. I want to know in the comments, how do y'all feel about record labels being held liable when an artist die? Especially an artist that's young, in their 20s, early 20s, teenage years. Because for me, I think they should hold some type of liability. Especially when you consider the fact, like, with Saucepaq TB and his mother case, they from North Carolina. The label got this kid flying all across the United States, Atlanta, Texas. Yo, you should have some type of guidance on this child, man. You shouldn't be allowing this child to just get high all day. And from what the mother is alleging, they actually was promoting it, calling it culture. And that's part of the culture we need to change. But that's a whole nother story. I might have talked about that before too, but how y'all feel about that, man? Like with this lawsuit, I kind of agree with the minds, man. I think they should be held liable, man. You took the boy out on his 17th birthday, which means he just was 16. Just was 16. This is a child. Still in high school, supposedly. And he wound up dying on y'all watch. And to be honest, it shouldn't even have took a lawsuit for this to happen. Like, they supposed to just did the right thing off the rip. Off the rip, man, because they're at fault. And then a lot of times, a lot of people just found out that these labels got insurance policies on these artists. So it's like, they don't really care because they're going to get paid anyway. But where does that leave the family? Where does that leave the family? Now, this mother trusted these people to take good care of her son. She said it actually was written in a contract. I'm basically writing my rights over to you. Take care of him. Make him a star. But don't kill him. And I agree with that, man. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Let me know how y'all feel about this in the comments, man. Should record labels be held liable when an artist die? Point blank, period. I'm out.